Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRIENDS, and Washington Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. Let's talk about what could be one of the most intriguing and potentially game-changing moves involving the Washington Commanders this offseason. Rumors are swirling around in Vegas and across NFL circles about a possible trade that could shake up the entire NFC East. And it involves none other than Tyree Wilson, the young and explosive defensive end from the Las Vegas Raiders. Yes, you heard that right. The Raiders, currently sitting at a tough 1-6 record and struggling on defense, are reportedly open to trading Wilson and the potential target, the Washington Commanders. This isn't just any trade rumor. It's a scenario that could redefine the Commanders' pass rush and their playoff aspirations for 2024 and beyond. Now, why would the Raiders consider trading Wilson? Well, the Raiders are in a bit of a rebuild mode right now. Their defense, especially the defensive line, has been underperforming significantly. They've accumulated only 28 sacks so far this season, which, let's be honest, is pretty disappointing for a team that's supposed to be building around a disruptive pass rush. Wilson, despite being a rookie, has shown flashes of brilliance that suggest he can be a cornerstone player for any team. As a disruptor, he's been compared to a hurricane coming through the offensive line. With 42 tackles, 5 sacks, and 15 quarterback hits in 2024, he's proven to be a force. His PFF grade of 82 for this year speaks volumes about his impact on the field, and he's only getting better. Even with a minor ankle injury in Week 2, Wilson managed to rack up a top 10 pressure rate, with a win rate of 18% and an EPA per rush of -0.12. These are elite numbers for a player still finding his footing in the league. And let's not forget, Wilson is not just a pass rusher. He's a disruptor who can change the entire complexion of a defense. His ability to generate pressure and force quarterbacks into uncomfortable throws makes him a valuable asset. The Raiders, stuck in a rebuild, are likely eyeing draft picks that can help them accelerate their plan. According to Adam Schefter, Wilson might be available for a relatively modest price, a 4th-round pick in 2025. That's a small price to pay for a player with such upside, especially considering the Raiders are looking to shed some cap space, freeing up around $8 million for future drafts and roster adjustments. But that's where it gets really interesting for the Commanders. Washington, coming off a season where they finished 28th in sacks with only 18 total, desperately needs to inject some youth and explosiveness into their pass rush. They've been relying heavily on older players and a less-than-stellar defensive line, which has hurt their ability to generate consistent pressure on opposing quarterbacks. Adding Tyree Wilson would be a strategic move to elevate their defense, especially since he's seen as a player with a ceiling that could reach elite levels. He's projected to complement the existing talent, including Chase Young and Montez Sweat, giving the Commanders a young, dynamic trio that can terrorize quarterbacks. Looking at the numbers, Wilson's presence on the line could boost Washington's sack rate by around 17%. Turning their defense from a middle-of-the-road unit into a top 14 force. Currently, the Commanders rank 26th in sacks, which is embarrassing for a team with playoff ambitions. Wilson's addition could turn the tide, especially when paired with a talented linebacker core and secondary that can capitalize on the pressure he generates. His ability to increase pressures per game by +1.2 against current edges like Chase Young and Montez Sweat is a game-changer. It's not just about sacks. It's about forcing quarterbacks into hurried throws, bad decisions, and turnovers. Now, let's take a quick look at the bigger picture. The NFL landscape is shifting, and the Commanders are positioning themselves for a serious push in 2024. Their Super Bowl odds, which were around +5,000 at the start of the season, have been fluctuating and now are closer to +3,800. This is a reflection of their potential, especially if they can shore up their pass rush with a talent like Wilson. Remember, this guy has a history of clutch plays in college, and even as a rookie, he's shown the upside to become a double-digit sack guy. If he hits his ceiling, he could be a key piece in a playoff run that might surprise many NFL fans and analysts. This move also signals Washington's commitment to building through youth and athleticism on defense. They've been looking for that disruptor, that game wrecker, to ignite their pass rush and complement their existing stars. Wilson fits that mold perfectly. With his projected growth, the Commanders could see a plus 17% increase in sack rate, turning their defense into a nightmare for opposing offenses. It's a bold move, but one that could pay dividends, especially considering the potential to reduce their cap hit by acquiring Wilson for a fourth-round pick, freeing up resources for other areas of need. And what about the Raiders? Well, they are in a different phase. Their rebuild is slow, and they're trying to gather draft capital and cap space to reload for the future. Trading Wilson now could be part of that plan, especially if they believe they can replace him with a cheaper option or draft a young edge rusher in the upcoming draft. They're also likely to be betting on their quarterback situation, using picks to find a future signal caller, which makes Wilson expendable at this point in the season. So what does this all mean for the Commanders? Well, it's a clear message that they're serious about contending. They're willing to make bold moves to improve their roster, especially on defense, which has been a sore spot. Wilson's addition could be the missing piece that elevates their pass rush from decent to dominant. It's about creating a relentless front that can impose its will on opponents, disrupt their game plans, and generate the pressure needed to win close games. Of course, we have to keep in mind that nothing is finalized yet. These are still rumors, but the NFL offseason is always full of surprises, and this one has the potential to be a game changer. The Commanders are known for their aggressive approach in recent years, whether it's in free agency or trades, and this could be another strategic move to position themselves as a serious contender in the NFC. They've already been improving their roster, and adding a talent like Wilson would be a bold statement that they're not just playing for the future but aiming for immediate success. As fans, we should be excited about what this could mean. A stronger pass rush means more wins, more opportunities to get into the playoffs, and perhaps even a deeper run in the postseason. It's about building a team that can impose its will on opponents and set the tone for the entire game. And with Wilson's upside, the Commanders could be on the verge of unlocking a new level of defensive dominance. The NFC East has always been a competitive division, but if this trade happens, it might just tilt the balance of power in Washington's favor for years to come. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you believe Wilson can be the piece that takes this defense to the next level? Are you excited about the potential of seeing him in a Commander's uniform? Your opinion matters so much to us and to the future of this team. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for all the latest Washington Commanders news, rumors, and analysis. This offseason is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and we're here to bring you everything you need to know. Thanks for sticking with us, and as always, go Commanders.